Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Football Manager 2016 with Barcelona, and here we are in against Manchester City, still being managed by Manuel Pellegrini. Of course, it is his final season. I wonder if that will be replicated in game. Now, ignore the finances, don't worry. If you were with us last time, you will have seen we lost the Clasico, unfortunately. I thought we were a little bit lucky, really. I mean, we were outplayed, but we did outpossess Real Madrid. I think them stats are perhaps a little bit deceiving. Having actually gone away and sort of evaluated everything, I mean, it was pretty close, but obviously Ronaldo, let's go back to that, Ronaldo scoring, that was just one of those goals where, you have one of those absolutely world-class players, and we see this obviously as the game goes on, you see it more, it happens more with regens, and Ronaldo is sort of one of those sort of class of players that, he can just flick the game on its head like that, and that's exactly what happened, and that was the difference here. Messi didn't, he scored, but he didn't do it for the rest of the game, and as you saw there as well, Claudio Bravo with a 9.3. Now, the game against City today, now if we look, I think City, how did we go? We got a 2-2 draw, of course. We were, in fact, 2-0 down at one point at the Etihad. We are at home here, though, so hopefully home bias should help us out a little bit. This is the team. I think this is pretty much about as standard as you could get with Barcelona. Quite sure why the graphics has happened. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Anyway, let's get into it. We've seen it's as I say, it's pretty much a bog standard team, the one you're used to by now, and that is also the same for City. Actually, you've got Hart in goals, Abaleta, Company, Otamendi, Kolarov, Fernandinho. The only minor thing, I guess, is David Silva's in the middle, which is not where I would naturally want to put him. I've always thought of him as a natural winger, but there you go, versatility and all that. They've got Patrick Roberts on the bench and Robinson. They haven't just... Paul Robinson. Hang on a minute. That has to be okay. Sorry, that has just totally thrown me off my stride. That is easily the weirdest CPU signing I have ever seen in Football Manager. I didn't even know he was still playing. Is that genuinely the Paul Robinson? The guy... Yeah, it is. What the... What have I just seen? That is... I haven't even started the game yet, and I'm completely freaked. Oh, that is totally throwing me off. Right, okay. Let's get into the game here. And hopefully we can do a bit of... Well, I say revenge on City. I mean, we kind of got revenge in the game. At the Etihad when we got level with when we were 2-0 down, and I thought, right, there's that bit of extra tenacity that was needed, but here goes Neymar, and eventually outnumbered. Now I think I've been perhaps a little bit overly critical of Lionel Messi. I think perhaps some of you guys might have said, oh, why are you having a go at Messi for? He's still got like 10 assists, which is really good. He's been pretty decent for us. I think I just have, as is always the case with things on Football Manager, really, and I think this not just applies to me, but for a lot of people, you have unrealistic expectations. And you think, I mean, I always think of Messi as being that absolutely godlike player who can, and he does do this in games, and he's on a yellow card, that's frustrating. He can literally, as I said earlier with Ronaldo, change the game on a flip of a coin, and he does. He nearly did in the last game. Unfortunately, it was Ronaldo's turn to do it, not Messi's. But here he is now. Let's see. I mean, can he? No. You see, it's like I'm kind of just waiting for one of those moments, and he does it occasionally on this. I think he's had 2 moments so far in this sort of save where I've gone, oh wow, where's that come from? Or oh my god, what a goal! Or what a pass! What an assist! And twice really. I mean, we're halfway through the season. I'm expecting at least 3 times more than that. Maybe I'm just being unrealistic, but he is, in my opinion, the best I've ever seen, and generally the best player I've ever seen. I would want him to be a little bit better than what I've seen so far. I don't know, but here he is now. What can he do? Oh, here he goes. Here he goes. Oh, it's gone out for a corner. I thought Joe Hart basically threw it back at him then. No, but there he goes again, shooting from them silly angles that we've all become accustomed to over the years. I've been doing this since FM11 and they still haven't changed that. If anything, it's got worse. like many things on Football Manager. Sterling doing his defensive duties anyway, clears it to Sergio Aguero, who we've got to be very careful of. Player, imagine him at Barcelona. Then, I mean, I don't know how you'd get in front of Messi, Neymar and Suarez, but just imagine it anyway, because that would be absolutely incredible. Because, I mean, I know he played for Atletico and everything, but, you know, I don't think the rivalry there is as strong between Atletico and Barcelona. I guess it's been a bit more competitive over the years now with Atletico actually getting to the top under Simeone and everything. But I don't think it's obviously not going to be as powerful as it was between Real and Barcelona. Of course, all the politics that goes with it and everything, you know, Franco and everyone, which I know a little bit about, but I'm not going to talk about because it's a very touchy subject, and I'm going to move on. We've got a chance for City here with Silva, and City are skying all their efforts. They've absolutely been terrible with their accuracy. I mean, they're making chances, and I might have to... Yeah, I think we're going to make a few changes in a second. PK comes across and does well. But we're trying to play more direct, it seems, and it's not working. Gee, I wonder why. Here's Neymar anyway. Got a chance here maybe. Gives it to Suarez. They are absolutely crowding us out, and Neymar goes close. But yeah, if you look at City's shot accuracy, it's absolutely dreadful. They've got no shots on target and 5 off target. Let's see, what can we say? Let's give the fans something. Let's try that. Again, not much in the way of encouragement, really. Let's see. Looking for you to make the difference. Again, midfield. Need Suarez to really step up his game. I need the front three. Again, hopefully that'll do it. Because, as I said, we've got no real... I mean, we've got Willian maybe to come on. Rakitic can also come on. I'm not quite sure what Arda Turan. Is he injured? I can't remember. I think his match fitness might still be a bit weak. It's been a while since I've last played the game. Sorry, I'm just strapping myself in for another session here, and it's just, yeah. Because that's what you do when you're Barcelona, apparently. It's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. It's incredibly difficult, apparently. Anyway, not the best game, really. I mean, you would think Man City versus Barcelona would be absolutely crazy, but no, it's been quite boring, to tell you. Well, I think we've had far more boring games, but in terms of actually, if you look at those stats, if you were to watch it through a full 90 minutes, that would be pretty terrible. But Neymar, oh my God. The goals do not want the ball to go in today, do they? Goodness me, they are just flying past them. And it's just not happening for either team. We've at least had 2 shots on target, but I do get the feeling that once City get a shot on target, it will be a goal. Like, there's no mistake for the goalkeeper or anything. It's like, it's just going to be a goal. Because they're threatening that much. Anyway, we've got another chance here. Lovely ball by Neymar to Messi. Here we go. Chance for Messi. Looks like Otamendi cleared that. Not quite sure what Messi was doing, but again, it was quite a tight angle. But since the second half, at least we have looked a little bit more threatening, and we have quelled the City attack a little bit more, it seems. Defenders actually doing the duty now. Messi, oh, he's onside here, and again, the City defenders just coming good. Quite unbelievably. I don't think I've said that for a long time, if ever. I think even regular commentators have said that very often. Here's a chance with some sort of counter, and Aguero's got in behind. And what is going on today with the finishing? Is there some sort of jinx on City? I've absolutely no idea what's going on. Andres Iniesta is being the big disappointment again. I think we might have to bring on Ivan Rakitic shortly. It's really not helping. It's really not working at the moment for Iniesta at all. And Aguero is getting in behind again here. And right, okay, we're going to have to pull this line back. Aguero, what on earth is going on here? This is unbelievable. If I was City manager right now, the computer would be out the window, and the recording probably would have stopped, because this is just unbelievable. And Messi, the finishing. You wouldn't think this is a World Super Premier League thing, would you? Because this is like, this is League 2 quality. Sorry if you're a supporter team in League 2, but this is cataclysmically bad. Aguero, and that's a good block by Bartra. 3 clear-cut chances as well. It feels like there's been way more than that. Well, here comes City again. PK clears. Oh my word! This is actually beginning to annoy me now. Right, Neymar just runs straight into Torre. He'll try again. Gives it to Iniesta, who I probably will be bringing off shortly. In fact, he'll probably do it in a second after this attack. Here's Neymar again, gives it to Busquets, who's gone up for some reason. Messi and Joe Hart makes a good save. Well, at least we're having our shots on target. We're going to bring on Rakitic then. In fact, actually, no. We're going to bring on Willian. I've changed my mind. And yeah, we'll just keep him in the same role. Just let's not change it up too much. Show me what you've got. I want to see a good display. And again, as per usual, no reaction. That is to be expected though. Right, Messi's ball in. PK meets it. And once again, it's another shot off target. And Messi goes off target. I'm sorry. Arsenal 2-0 against Bayern Munich. What? And they've gone top of the table. I don't even... Here's Willian anyway. He goes on. Sorry, it looks like the game's stuttering a little bit there. Sorry about that. Another shot on target, but it's another easy save for Hart. How has there not been a goal? I can't believe Arsenal are top of the table here. This is incredible. Here's a chance for Neymar. Look, at number 11, it's Luis Suarez. For God's sake. Right, there is just not going to be a goal, is there? The game has decided there is not going to be a goal, and that is that. Here's Willian. Can you just... Oh, look, here we go. Oh, look at this. Oh, don't look at that. That was terrible. No, you can ignore that. Tab out or something. That was absolutely atrocious. Right, well... City have been terrible, but we haven't been that much better. We have at least had shots on target and have looked moderately threatening. Here's Neymar, shoot, and Joe Hart again with the save. Oh my word. I mean, 15 shots, 7 of them on target. You would think, I know 7 have been off as well, but you would think at this stage, right, we should be at least 1-0 up. We've had games like this before. Mascherano plays it and Kolarov gets it away. Busquets now. Alves is making a good run. Here we go. Got him, put it in the box. He's got 2 men on him. Mascherano, he can hit them from here, according to Football Manager. Not real life, obviously. He's done it like twice, ever. Here's Jordi Alba. Neymar. Chance here. Oh, it's... Someone in the stands has a magnet. I swear to... Oh, the ball has some sort of metal in it and someone has a bloody magnet in the stand because the ball is going into Rose's head time after time after time. If they score now, surely not. PK gets it away. Fabian Delph. Oh, as if. Fabian Delph. Give me a break. Willian. Do something. No, nothing. I feel that we should... Oh, it's because City have looked threatening at times. I mean, again, Guerrero, you can't discount Aguero because he is that good. But I'm very nervous all of a sudden now. City are coming forward. Despite the complete lack of accuracy, I still think that both teams can score here. Mascherano, right, another chance possibly. Jordi Alba to whip it in. He's just going to run. He's going to run into the box. Mascherano, same thing's happening. And wrong player, Sergio Busquets with the shot. And again, it's on target, but easy for Hart. And somehow, sure, unless we get something here and it's been cleared. No, surely not a City break. There we go. One final attack. I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that is going to be it. Any second now. There it is. Somehow that's a 0-0. I am lost for words as to how that is 0-0. I want to say unlucky, because I think we were. I mean, just look at those stats. Wow. I've not had a game like that in a long time, possibly ever. Wow, look at many 0-0s as well. Inter and Real Madrid 0-0, Man U and Milan 0-0. So it's not, so it's quite a common score. But what is this about? At Bayern as well. What on earth is going on? I guess we're going to see Arsenal fall away in February as per usual, because that is the only thing I can come to at the moment, because that's how that's going to happen. So let's have a look at the table then. So Arsenal are now 6 points clear of us. We still have the second best goal difference, I think, yes. Just 2 off Bayern, but we are still 4 points off Bayern. Manchester United are now level on points. Obviously, as I say, we have the far superior goal difference, but it's still very tight. There's only 5 points now between 3rd and 11th. It's not much really, considering there's 4 points between 2nd and 3rd. Jackson Martinez is now the highest goal scorer in the league as well. I am very, very confused. It's all just going horribly wrong at the moment, not just from a Barcelona perspective. Well, 3rd, it's not the end of the world, I suppose, But in terms of how the league is meant to be a representation of real life, yeah, it's just wrong. Everything about this is wrong. Why do scouts use this thing? It's completely inaccurate. Anyway, let me just check how many 0-0s we've had, because we had 2 recently, didn't we, against Valencia and Liverpool. But that was the first game, in fact, since the Club World Cup where we haven't actually managed to find the net. And usually I'd say, oh, well, you know, our forwards let us down or what have you. But this, let me tell you now, was a freak game. Having played this for as long as I have, I can tell you this was just one of those games where it could have been a 6-6, it could have been 1-1, it could have just been anything. City's finishing is about as bad as I've ever seen on this game. We weren't that much better, but at least we were having shots on target, and I guess Joe Hart is really good on this. If there was perhaps a weaker-ish keeper, we might have got away with it. You know, if this was just a bog standard La Liga game, you know, against I don't know, Racing Santander, for example, I don't know, just pull a team out of the bag, we might have got away with it. Maybe the goalkeeper might have made a mistake or something, but it's just one of those genuinely freak games. You just can't account for them. Anyway, we're going up against Juventus next. Team, of course, beat us. They laid on our first defeat of this league. Hopefully we can get a bit of revenge. They have fallen away considerably. They are struggling big time. I have no idea why. The 2 Italian teams down there, I mean, in fact, all the Italian teams, really, Juve, Milan and Inter, all struggling. We're going to have to maybe look into that as to why. But well, hopefully we can take advantage of it, and I will join you next time for the Juve game. Until then, please like the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.